Happy Monday to everybody. Um, Thank you again for Jason Jackson, who was sharing the pulpit and kind of filling in for me this past week as I was filling in another congregation. And today we're continuing through the Ten Commandments, and we have the last one, which is "You shall not covet." So we've talked about, you know, not not committing adultery. We've talked about not stealing. We've talked about those things. What does it mean to not covet? Your neighbor's husband or wife. What does it mean to not covet your neighbor's stuff? So what is God's will for you in the 10th commandment? That not even the slightest thought or desire, contrary to any one of God's commandments, should arise in my heart. Rather, with all my heart, I should always hate sin and take pleasure in whatever is right. But can those converted to God obey these commandments perfectly? No. And they're pretty clear and honest about that. No. In this life, even the holiest of us have only a small beginning of this obedience. Nevertheless, with all seriousness of purpose, they do begin to live according to all, not only some of God's commandments. No one in this life can obey the 10 commandments perfectly. Why then does God want them preached so pointedly? So why are the 10 commandments important for us if we can't possibly perfectly keep them and follow them? First, so that the longer we live, the more we may come to know our sinfulness and the more eagerly look to Christ for forgiveness of sin and righteousness. Second, so that while praying to God for the grace of the Holy Spirit, we may never stop striving to be renewed more and more after God's image, until after this life we reach our goal, perfection. So the first couple questions and answers today really do sum up the idea that this isn't just about our outward actions. It's also about what's going on inside of us. It's also about the desire that we have. So if we are jealous of something that someone else has, it's that jealousy that ultimately leads to the other commandments that we've talked about: killing, stealing, adultery, and all of those different things. So what this last one is saying is we do need to look at our hearts, and we do need to desire something more than what's going on inside of us. And since we can't follow them perfectly, and I appreciate that they're honest about that and upfront about that, because otherwise it sets this standard that we know is by experience impossible for us to fully perfectly keep. So why are they important? They lay it out, number one, as kind of guide rails, so that we know that we're supposed to stay within this. And whenever we crash through those, and whenever we find ourselves outside of these, we appreciate the grace and the forgiveness and the mercy of Christ even more as he picks us up and sets us back on that path and fixes the damage that we've done. And second, not only does it give us guide rails to stay within, but it gives us a goal toward which we're moving. We're moving toward that perfection, which we never fully attain in this life, but that's the destination. And more we get closer and closer and closer to that by praying to God for the grace of the Holy Spirit, being renewed more and more and being made into God's image. So as we talk about the 10 commandments, that's how we view them, how we think about them. That's what they mean for us in this life, and how we can use them to respond in gratitude to the work of God. I hope your week is off to a good start. God bless you. Take care.